Hey, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Hi, Amy. Can you hear me? If I have sound. I do. Awesome. Okay. Yay. Um, Let me just try to fix something real quick. I don't want to make the screen too dark. Can't really see that. Hold on a second. Okay, you can kind of see the candles a little bit. Um, I know everybody's had a long day, and listening to all the audio and everything from that interview. So, like I said the other night, I wanted to come on and put some candles out, and that's what I've done. We have a white candle for spirit, and we have Lady Guadalupe, and you can't really see it because my connection's not that super, but there it is, and here I am. Uh, can you still hear me? I have my headphones on. I know everybody's probably asleep. So, uh, I wanted to come on and light some candles. It's 10:30 here at night. It's been a long day. It's been an emotional day. A lot of stuff going on, and I just wanted to light some candles in honor of Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico, as well as Shanann's family. A lot of things came out today that were very high emotion and a lot of energy people were putting out online. 3:30 in the morning in England, Amy, I would think. Well, you're up. Did I wake you? Um, and so I wanted to, like I said the other night, light some candles. So I decided to do it later when everybody in my house went to sleep. Is it 3:30 in the afternoon? Um, I don't know my time zones that well, but I didn't wake you. So anyway, I just wanted to create a peaceful, sacred space. You're welcome to leave prayers in the chat or to send up prayers in the chats in the morning. To send up your prayers, I'm smudging some Palo Santo. We have a white candle lit for spirit and Lady Guadalupe to preside over. And you're always awake. Hi, Stephanie. And I also wanted to read a couple of prayers. I'm not going to be on very long. We've had a lot going on today, as we all have watched or read or listened to uh, the interview. So I wanted to come on, just create a sacred space. You're welcome to watch this back. If you feel compelled to send out any prayers of your own, feel welcome. If you'd like to share any personal prayers that you like, please copy and paste that into chat or type that in. And I want to start off first with a couple of old Indian prayers. And then we can talk about stuff if you want. So, the first one I want to read is an old Indian prayer, and maybe a few of you have heard this one before. It reads, "Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am there, I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn's rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift, uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft star that shines at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die." Okay, I wanted to read that one. And then I also wanted to read another. This is a Cherokee prayer. So that was a Native American prayer. This is a Cherokee prayer uh, of giving thanks. So we have expressed our sorrow into the void, and now we're going to give thanks to fill that void. Okay? If you have any problems hearing me, just let me know. Oh, great one, we've come before you in a humble manner, offering what gifts we have, giving thanks for the gift of life that we have been given, admit amidst the beauty of this great creation, so that we may learn to walk the path of good medicine. As we give thanks to each of the four directions, to the spirit of fire, sun, warmth and light in the east, to the spirit of earth, peace and renewal in the south, to the spirit of water, purity and strength in the west, to the spirit of wind, wisdom and giving in the north. We give thanks to Mother Earth and to the sacred fire, which burns brightly in our hearts, offering us the precious gifts of clarity, openness, strength, and wisdom. As we walk the path of peace, we give thanks to all our relations and for the beauty of all things, for those who walk alongside us, for those who have come before, and for those yet to come. In harmony and balance, we give thanks. O great one, we give thanks. So that's an old Cherokee prayer. And so I wanted to just come on and express and share this with you guys because I feel that there's a lot of activity online right now with everything that has been released, and we need to find some sort of release within ourselves and not to go to sleep tonight and hold on to everything that we've listened to or read or watched. Okay. So I'm glad you find that beautiful and very moving. Thank you. And whatever comes about with the outcome of why this was done in this interview, it'll reveal itself in time. It may have just been for the sole purpose of getting more information. It may have been for the sole purpose for the families. It may have been for the sole purpose for something that we don't know yet. And that's okay to not know. Sometimes we don't need to know the reasonings behind things. Um, I have my thoughts and my own personal feelings, but we're not going to get into that. So I know that there's a lot of sadness and pain attached to what we listened to today and a lot of heartache. It was hard to listen to for many reasons. Uh, Very confusing at times as to why um, the investigator spoke to him. It was very confusing at times as to how normal and reserved he appeared or sounded. Okay. But it's something that we can't understand why or what for and the reasonings behind it. Um, you know, I just can't. And I don't know how you feel, but I don't know how much more I can take. I'm as obsessed as you. So tell me, whoever's in the room, tell me how you're feeling, how you felt about today, if you'd like to talk about it. Stephanie says, I wanted to share that my kids and I made vision boards. Shanann was really about moving forward, positivity goals in her honor. She really was. That's awesome, Stephanie, that you did that. I remember Shanann talking about a vision board in one of her videos. That's awesome. Amy says, very true, it's very confusing. Will still be for a very long time yet. It really will be very confusing and very heartbreaking. So, and Stephanie has the right idea. Shanann was very inspirational in taking from that of whether that is setting goals or creating a vision board or going after your goals or, you know, being a better mom or, taking good care of your family, being close to your family. She was very family oriented and really, really was making a good life for her and her family at a very young age. She was only 33, 34, I guess, 33. Uh, and that's young. And so there's a lot of connection that we make with her because if we're moms or if we have children or if we're setting goals or trying to, make a business work or whatever it is, if we're making connections with friends and family, she was all about that. She had a really bright light about her. She really had a really bright light. And sometimes people are threatened by others' light. It makes them nervous. They get insecure. They don't like it, you know. And there's fear. People are afraid of it. And she had a big light. And there's a lot of blockages that came at her from other people, which were very unfair. Of course, I didn't know her personally, and neither did any of us, but she just seemed very driven and motivated, and that's admirable, you know. The drive and the energy and the passion to build a good life and succeed, um, and that light will never leave her spirit, even though she's crossed over. That light and tenacity will never leave her. That's her soul, and that's her soul light, and that will never leave her. So, we've all felt this connection with her mainly, and of course, connection and empathy and compassion for her babies. And so we've made that connection. And so, because of that, let let that be your source instead of giving too much energy or time to the other stuff. And I know that it's hard because we all want answers and we all want to, read stuff and listen to stuff, but also take the time to think about that. And we think we have enough time, in life. We think that, oh, I'll do it another day or 6 months from now. And we don't. We never know what's guaranteed. Um, and so the hidden message is also to not procrastinate or be afraid or to feel that you have no control over something and we get caught up in our emotions and we feel trapped and we feel like we can't do something. Let her light be an inspiration because she did a hell of a lot more than I certainly did at that age. Stephanie says, I hug my kids harder. I want to get my master's degree. I have stronger goals. Working in oncology as an RN, life is short. Yes, none of us know when it is our time. That's awesome, Stephanie. Good for you. That's really awesome. And yeah, working in oncology, I bet really witnessed a lot of things. Amy says, my daughters are in their 30s. Can't get my head around it. Worry for them in these difficult times. Time seems to be going faster each year. It does kind of make you stop and hug your kids more and rethink your goals and uh, kind of snap out of yourself, especially if you're a mother. So, so I wanted to just come on and do a peaceful live stream. There's a lot of drama going on right now on YouTube. A lot of people are highly emotional and reactive and uh, kind of getting off track. And so, my advice is to stay in your own lane. That's what I'm doing. Um, if you see something like right here in this area, do you all see that? It's probably my camera, but it looks like there's something. It could be the candles reflective off of the table. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so I did get my Bible out. I'm a spiritual person. I'm very much about uh, learning from a lot of different faiths. So I did pull out the Bible. It's an Old Testament, though. It's the Old Testament. So it's a little different. But I wanted to read, uh, and if you want me to, I can read a couple of other prayers. So just let me know. Hey, Riri. Well, you know what? The live that I did for 11 seconds, like 8 hours ago, was a mistake. And I didn't even know it went up. And I was playing around with my phone and using an app, and I didn't realize that I had gone on live, so you saw my kitchen floor, which was a mess. Then about an hour ago, I was like, "What? I streamed for 11 seconds and got 4 likes." That was kinda funny. Anyway, uh, I just read a couple of prayers. We have some candles going in the background. We're just honoring, Shanann and her babies and just having a peaceful, quiet live because there was a lot of hubba wub wub going on today on YouTube. Everybody streamed the interviews, which was awesome. I mean, I didn't know how to find it, so you have a candle going. How many people have a candle going right now? That's awesome, Riri. It doesn't have to be fancy, even a tea light, a little votive, a little taper, birthday candle, whatever you have laying around, you know. Doesn't have to be fancy. So, well, I started watching it. I caught it on Jays for Justice Live, and I started watching it. And 3 hours later, I was in the ether, floating around like this. And thankfully, my boyfriend called and said, "Come on, we got to go do stuff." I was like, "Okay." And I pulled myself out of it because I would have been down that rabbit hole all day, but I wasn't. Tea light, awesome, cool, moody sky. Hi, welcome. Light one now, cool. Reed's done a candle nearly every day. Good, that's sweet. Oh, that's sweet. Do you guys see this weird to my right where my finger's at? Do you see that weird white thing? I don't know what that is. At least it's not a black mass. If you see a black shadow coming over me, we're ending this. You do see that. Well, that table's uh it's a wooden table, but the candles from my viewpoint are not reflecting on the table, but it's showing up on the video. So it's probably my camera, but that's just kind of weird. Now, if I brighten my screen, does that can you all see it? Does that change if I do that? I mean, I'm like the whitest woman I've ever seen, but do you see it better now? Woo! Do you guys see that? I'm not saying it's anything paranormal, but it's kind of weird. It's just my camera. Or is it? I don't You can see me better. Oh no. Same image. Maybe a spiritual two, more candles for Shanann's parents. Well, I included them uh, on the Lady of Guadalupe candle. So everybody's on the table. Stephanie, if you see a black shadow come behind me, please somebody tell me. If there's a black mass, I am running for the hills. I'm out of here. Anyway, so what were your thoughts today? You guys are welcome to talk about it. Um, You guys are welcome to share your thoughts today about what okay, here's the question. What was your first when you got to like the second or third or fourth hour, what were some things that stood out to you that just did not sound right about the interview? Did you catch anything that just was not truth to you or sounded uh just didn't sound right to you? 'Cause I'm all about you guys trusting your gut instincts and using your intuition on things. I'm looking at my book, so if I'm doing this, that's what I'm doing. Trying to find something. I think he has more clarity now because he's had time and he's detoxed. He sounds like he has more clarity. That's I'm not excusing what he did, but he did have more clarity. Okay. Uh Bree says I okay, I'm gonna say it. I think he was possessed. You can say it, girl. Say it. I said it. Well, he did state that he felt like something was taking control over him. I did remember that part, and they did. Um, People Magazine also brought that up. Stephanie, I had to stop after 1 hour. It was horrifying. Ugh, it really was horrifying. Yeah, he looks different too, doesn't he? Doesn't he look different? He almost looks like. Of course, we've only seen mugshots or a picture, but he doesn't have that intensity. He looked more relaxed. Yeah, his eyes are lighter. Perhaps need to see a priest. So different. He did look very different. He did look really different. He said he was programmed. Did he say that? I think this is Chris number one back. He looks like yeah, he kind of, he just, excuse me, he looked very relaxed and like he has clarity now. And I don't know if he really has come to terms with the fact that he did it. It's almost as if he is still disassociating himself from the person that did it to do. Oh yeah, I do remember that part. I do remember that part. He had the thought in his mind and he couldn't like the thought wouldn't go away. I feel that like I stated in the video that I did, I feel that he personally, and this is not from a Christian or Catholic point of view because I'm neither, but I feel that he was influenced by uh, demonic energy. And when I say influenced, I feel that he was influenced by something. Something, it's almost as if something gave him power to do it or was a kind of like, I see it in my mind as his tank was being filled. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was just something was in. I don't think that makes any sense to anybody, but it just feels like his tank was just kind of filling up with that energy, and that thought and just this. Right, so apparently he stated he had, uh, been with his wife, and I don't know if that really did happen. It just doesn't seem like. I don't know, for some reason, when he brought that up, and I just was like, I really don't feel that she did with him. I don't know. I just got the feeling that he kind of threw that in there, but that's just personally, that's just what I picked up. Right. So, when men cheat and they're married, typically, most commonly, they're also still sleeping with the wife. So, if a girlfriend believes that they're not still sleeping with the wife, they're still going to sleep with the wife. Even if they haven't slept with the wife for a few months, they will have a large percentage of sleeping with the wife at some point. So it didn't surprise me if he did. Um, but the thing that bothered me the most was how he seemed to placate NK's feelings and comforting her, and she got upset, and um, that part of it was kind of ridiculous. That's just my thought. You still see that down there, that white stuff? Yeah, it just seemed like it was kind of hard to believe. And I'm sorry, she was 15 weeks pregnant. She had quite a baby bump on her. Uh, no woman is going to go for that position. There's other positions when you're pregnant sexually, and I really don't think that she was up for him straddling her and getting, you know what I'm saying? That part just did not make any sense to me. Mm-mm. That just really, I don't know what made him so angry. Well, he did talk towards the end more about his, uh his relationship with his parents and their relationship with her, with Shanann. And from 2012 to 2018, that's a period of 6 years, and how much they just did not like Shanann, and how he, was basically put in the middle, and, that's stressful enough. I mean, that's horrible. Um, and I think a lot of it had to there's a combination of factors. I wonder if he's been interviewed by, like, an in-house psychiatrist, or I mean, I wonder if he's ever been interviewed. I bet he has. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, heck no, missionary 15 weeks, no thanks. Exactly. I mean, come on, dude. And apparently he was on top of her, talking to her to 15 to 20 minutes. No. If you've been a woman, well, if you've ever been a pregnant woman, you know that ain't happening. And she was tired, had a long night. I mean, come on. So, I don't know. That part didn't make sense. The hardest for me was hearing about the children and the babies, and that was probably the hardest thing. Um, But, I kind of feel like there's some type of there's something to be gained from this. I don't know what it is because I just keep feeling like something else, and I'm not talking about NK, it's gonna be exposed. I'm just saying, I just feel like something else, something bigger is coming out of this interview. Whether we learn about it next week, whether we learn about it, 6 months from now, I just kind of feel like something else is coming. What are your thoughts? Anybody? Oh, it's that candle that's doing that. It's this candle that's making those lights. Anyway. Stephanie says, I am a huge believer that something else is going to come out of this. Me too. Riri says, it does feel like the other shoe has to drop. Yes. It really does. I wonder what that is. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let's shuffle and pull a card, shall we? I think I have some cards right here. Let's pull a card and ask what's to come out of this interview. That sound good? What is going to come about from this interview? Because I know it's about to drive all of us into therapy. I mean, honestly, it's, so I'm just gonna shuffle real quick. You guys see that? We have the Ten of Swords. So that's a great finality. That's a final ending. Okay. That's a sign of betrayal, final endings. And this is especially, I feel, very pertinent to or symbolic of his interview. This is the finality. Okay. This is his finality. Well, this can indicate uh, a final ending. Let me pull another card. Not just by itself, it wouldn't indicate like a demise or death, but it's definitely completion of some kind. So it's like the grand finale. You know what I mean? It's a grand finale. And with that, we have more confusion. The Seven of Cups card, more confusion. Okay, more illusion. And there's also some things that are still under the umbrella of illusion with him. Okay, there's still something under the umbrella of illusion with him, kind of creating this false persona. Was that really him that was speaking today? Do you know what I'm saying? So, and then we have heartbreak. We have Three of Swords. So, this is bringing immediate heartbreak, immediacy. It's immediate, painful through his communication, through his words, through his message. Okay. Yeah. Was that him? Was that the truth? And here's where it comes in. That's the tower. That's the unforeseen finale. That's the unforeseen circumstance. That's the unforeseen change, the catastrophe that happened. Okay. And this is the family card. The Ten of Cups is the family card, children. So what's going on right now is these cards are validating to us what's going on or what we know. It has a habit to do that. So she's at rest. She's more at peace. I didn't know I was going to do a reading, but the Four of Swords, you guys can see that she's at rest. She's at peace. This is being more at rest, peace. Uh, okay. And here's Shenan. Shenan's the Empress. That's the mother card. Okay. So this is very symbolic of peace. She's at peace. And the four and the three. So very much at peace. This is also where we have let go with the Four of Swords. Okay, we've let something go. We're now at peace. So the Empress is mother, and so she's here. She's come up. I don't really think that we know everything. So we have the Two of Swords. So this is denial. Okay, this is denial. See the blindfold? There's a denial component that's still around. And then the High Priestess is, if you guys can see this, is mystery. It's secrets. All right. So there's something that's still there that's secretive. There's a mystery that's still there that's not developing yet. Or maybe we the people don't know about this yet. This could be us, but there's an element of indecision or denial as well. And there's something that still is not being revealed. All right, that's still coming up. So here we have, you guys are following this. This is the Page of Swords. So this is the gossip. This is the spying. They've been watching. They're watching something. They're also gathering information. But this is the spying card. This also could be gossip. This also could be miscommunication. okay? But somebody or something's being watched. This also could be more than one person still. So the 5 of rods can be indicative of a group of people. Okay, this also could be things going on with the families, but this is a group. So this also could be arguments, verbal arguments. This is the battle card. There's a battle, okay? Maybe it's the battle to get to the truth. Maybe it's the battle to get out of this, you know, not having all the answers because the high priestess holds the key. She holds the key to the secret church, meaning she holds the key to life's mysteries. She's not revealing everything. She asks you to use your psychic intuition, to trust your intuition, to trust your gut instincts. So here we have, you guys can see this, the Eight of Swords. See the blindfold again? All right, this is restriction. Something's being held back, and this is restriction. So this is also mental restriction. He could be still holding something back. Or maybe there's information that they're still withholding. So there's some element of restriction. Okay. And the Four of Pentacles next to this is also holding on too tightly to something. The High Priestess, no, I don't pick that up from it being NK. It's more of like the overall energy of the situation. Normally, the High Priestess, I don't attune it to like a person, but so, but if you feel that it could be Stephanie, yeah, I'd go with that. I mean, you take take what I'm showing you and kind of use your own intuition as well. But there's still a lot of possessiveness in the reading, restriction. There's still holding back. There's still something, okay? Here's Shanian again, all right? She was a Capricorn. That's the Queen of Pentacles, the Earth sign, Capricorn. Strength card, okay? Her spirit could be getting stronger now, okay? There's more support and strength surrounding her name and her legacy now and her memory now. You see that? She's coming out of this with her spirit more intact and not broken like his is broken. I kind of feel like well, let's say the Five of Rods could be the investigators that spoke to him. Are there five of them? I know there were maybe three that went to see him. It's a group of people. But she's look at this. So Shanian's kind of appeared, and she appeared in the readings that I did on camera, but so to me this is her, all right? And the strength card next to her. Somebody wanted to win. Okay. The Five of the Swords. Somebody wanted to win, and it was an empty win. It was an empty victory. They may have gotten what they wanted, but they didn't win. Okay. And they're winning at all costs. Do you understand? So somebody was winning at all costs, but they did not win. It was a very empty victory. It's using tactics of manipulation and um, being very cold and callous. They didn't get what they wanted. They didn't win. They thought they won, but they didn't win. Do you feel that was NK? Well, So I go by because each core card's attributed to an astrological sign. So the Pentacles are Earth signs, and she's come up as the Queen of Pentacles in my readings before. Nicole, to me, has come into my readings as the Queen of Swords. Even though she's not an air sign, Shanann always showed up as the Queen of Pentacles. I think they're learning new information. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is learning something, learning some type of new information. Hi, Casey. I hope you feel better. So, this is like the apprenticeship stage of learning something new. You see that? And this is the wish card. Okay. There, there, there could be possibilities of whatever they're learning about that interview from him, whatever they've learned or whatever information that they gained, they used parts of that interview for something. Do you understand? So something is coming to fruition or manifesting from that. So just think about that. All right. Tarot cards are not always set in stone, but that's the energies right when I'm doing this. So let me pull a couple more. Mm, mhm. Hold on. So here we have this is CW. I'm bored. I'm discontented. I'm not happy with my life. I'm not in love with my wife. I'm not happy with my kids. Okay, see that look on his face? There's the gift above him and before him. Okay, here comes the aggressiveness. There is aggression there with him and drama. There's the drama of doing what he did, and then he hoped for a quick exit. Like, he just hoped that it would just, psh, and it didn't for him. And now he's up against all this opposition, and he's still up against it. You see all these staves below him or wands? That's the opponents, and he's trying to fight them off. You may think he's in the clear, but it's still coming at him, and now there's the burden. He's created more of a burden for himself. You guys understand that? So, anyway, oh, did you guys hear that? Just went right through my ear. Um, so there's still some energies in the cards from this whole thing. I think he wanted something long term with NK. I think he was looking for something long term. I always felt that. But I also feel like authority authority stepped in, and I still feel like authority is going to step in. Right. So I really feel like authority is still stepping in. Okay. But he wanted long term. He wanted long term with her. Let me show you. So this is Queen of Cups now. She's a water sign typically, but this could possibly be NK. Okay. And then the Knight of Pentacles is long term. That's investment, long term. Slow and steady, even though they didn't take it slow and steady. But there was longevity there. There was also a defensive approach to it with the Nine of Rods or Wands, being defensive. I think that he was starting to catch on that she was talking to her friends about him. So he had to find defensive ways to protect himself. She also perhaps felt very defensive herself. You know, she felt from his interview, it sounded like she uh, was very quick to, kind of protest the fact that he still was married and didn't, she was not going to be the priority. So there's a lot of defensive, passionate action there. And I really think that NK was worried the whole time they were together. There's a lot of fear. Is he going to go back with his wife? Is he going to ever get divorced? She lost a lot of sleep over uh, when Shanann most likely came back home. A lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of insecurity. She was obsessive. She obsessed about him, obsessed about uh, him working things out to get out of the marriage. There's a lot of mental activity. Okay. So, well, do you remember he stated in the interview that he had talked to NK right after he had gone in? I don't know if that was when he was still in Weld County or if he had been moved to where he is now, but I guess he did talk to her. Here's the devil. So that's the lower negative darkness. That's the addiction. They had an addiction for each other, whether if it was sex or lust or newfound passion, or like he stated, he felt like he had freedom with her. Well, yeah, your wife and your children weren't around, you know. Of course, he felt like he had freedom. But this is being pulled under by something that is not necessarily so healthy. Okay. And there's the deception. So the Seven of Swords, he has his back turned. He's trying to sneak away with Five Swords. So there's the deception. Okay, it's all being validated. You can interpret this many ways. Yes, this is how I'm picking it up. But, um, so these energies are still in the reading. And this is what keeps popping up when I'm doing these readings for this whole situation is this. It's the Wheel of Fortune, and I'm going to stop here. This is the cycle is changing. So when I did my video about is NK going to sink or swim, I brought up the change. The cycle is changing, something's shifting. Okay, this is the shift, whether it goes up or whether it comes down. Okay, this is the shift that's coming. There's a new cycle approaching. It's a new cycle. So the energies are here, but the Wheel of Fortune to me is very much about a change of direction or a change of pattern or something else is coming in now, okay? So this is gonna be interesting to see. And I said in the beginning of my videos, something surrounding NK with 7 months, and that's in 7 months. This also could be I'm now getting October. So 7 to 10 months from well, let's see, October from now would be what? Yeah, 7 months. That's October. Pity it's not medieval times. You crack me up. For real. We could put him on a spit over top of fire and roast his ass for a few days. Wouldn't that be fun? Or use the guillotine. So, oh yeah, it's my pleasure. I just wanted to pull a card, then ended up pulling like 20 cards. But those energies are still there. They have not really changed at all since a few days ago or 4 days ago, whenever I did that video. I still feel like a shift is coming, whatever that shift is. Thumb screws. It was very heartbreaking. My heart was breaking too today. Very awful to comprehend. It's I just, you know, water torture. Thumb screws. What are thumb screws? Right in the manhood. Oh my God, that's hilarious, Stephanie. Right in the manhood. Um, do you guys, maybe she'll come on, but did you guys see the video that Toronto Nicola put out? And she and I are really cool with each other. So sometimes tarot readers can get kind of catty. Trust me, other mediums, psychics get a little catty. I came off of the tarot community and talk about divas. All right, but she and I are cool, so she's on here. But she did find she had like a little 20-second video today. I think she took it down, but she put up where he says we when he was speaking about the shovels and the rakes, he said, well, we had shovels. Well, we had. Did you guys pick that up? So, going to the loo. Thanks, Riri. Good luck. Sorry, I'm swallowing my water. It's ASMR. I'm drinking purified drinking. We meaning the employees of the company that worked in the field. Is that what he was stating? Oh, I thought we caught something. Maybe. Fur babies are babies. I'm looking down at the screen because that's where I'm seeing your comments. If you're like, why is Shirley's looking over there? You don't think so because they only had one shovel. You don't think they were talking about, you don't think he was referring to the, we'll have to go back and watch that part. referring to we as employees. I think NK knew a lot more than what we think that she only knew. Your fur babies are sleeping, mine too. You know, when you're 30 years old and you're pursuing a married man and he's got children and you've never been married or had children, I'm sorry, but you really most likely don't give a damn. And I bet you she's very motivated to see him get divorced. He stayed with her the whole entire 6 weeks. He said he never slept at the house. So they kind of basically, were shacking up for 6 weeks together. Um, you know, she sure did. They had more than one shovel, Casey says, the other supervisor. Okay. And then I think he stated, did he state that he said that NK wanted to give him a son? I mean, that part really burned me up. But so who was taking care of Dieter, I wonder? Poor Dieter. So when you're 30, you've got a good job, you have your own place, you have no husband, ex-husband, no children. She has no concept of what it's like to be a mom or with children or a husband and responsibilities and everything that goes with that. She has no idea that the 24/7 of being a mom and what that feels like. And you know what? So I really do believe that she most likely obsessed and looked up wedding dresses for 2 hours. Ah, it's right in my ear, my notifications. Um, I bet you she did obsess and look up dresses for 2 hours and freaked out when he got a phone call from his wife on his day off while he's over at her house. You know, mm, poor Dieter. Yeah, the brother has Dieter. Yeah, and Shanann was pregnant with a boy. He didn't care about the dog. Poor dog. Anyway, so so what are your other thoughts about today? Would you like me to read something else? Anybody? And oh, I did want to ask you guys, since you've been following this case, or today in particular, did you see any kind of specific signs relative to Shania, Bella, or Cece? Like, did you see the name Bella, or do you know what I'm saying? I mean, like little signs today. Just let me know if you like felt anything or if you saw signs of something that reminded you of them. I really felt in those interviews, I really felt like Shania was like above his head, just like, you know what I'm saying? Just like she was in the room. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember they did mention Kelsey's case and the Klaus case. Oh, wow, Teresa, your doggies are named Bella and Cece. Hey, Diana's in the house. Diana, I mailed your stuff today, so it should be coming Monday. Did you name your doggies Bella and Cece a long time ago? That's weird, Teresa. That's pretty cool. Yay. Yay. And I put a little something extra special in there for you, Diana, too. There was a lot of feedback on the recorders. Oh, they're 3 and 5. Oh my God. That's so awesome and strange and like, who would have thought? They were named years ago. How? Wow, that's not coincidental. That's amazing. That is really amazing. So anyway, so we have some candles going. I just pulled some cards. You guys can watch that part back. The energies are still the same like they were 4 days ago when I did my video. Um, I've read a couple of prayers in the beginning of the live stream, and I wanted to do it later because everybody's asleep and I wouldn't be bombarded with mommy, 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 mommy. Um, so that's what we're doing. If you hear a humming, that's my refrigerator. Refrigerator's possessed. I swear there's something that lives in it. Do you think that appliances can like, do your appliances act weird? Our fridge acts super weird. Anybody? You feel their presence. So does anybody have any other thoughts about today's case today's reveal, the audio reveal? I don't know where you can read the transcripts. Does anybody know? I'm smudging. Steph, oh, can't think how to explain. Mm. All right, Casey. Well, I'm going to smudge this for your migraine. May your migraine, your pressure and pain start to relieve itself and go down. Where is it more on your pain, Casey? Is it like on your right side? Use the pendulum and spirit boxes. You do? Oh, that's awesome. I like doing the pendulum myself. Spirit box, do you use an app for that? Or do you have an actual box? It's on your left side. You haven't heard it yet? I know. It's hard. It's really hard to listen to, Diana. Oh, you have the Portal app. That's cool. Casey, I hope you feel better. The SB7. So what came through for you, Teresa, if you don't mind sharing? Did you do any readings about Shanann? Oh yeah, I love Steve Huff. Yeah, I really like his stuff. He's probably the most popular one uh, on YouTube that does through the spirit box, ghost box. What does he call it? He makes really good videos. She said NK was in the basement. Oh, is that the link for the documents, Casey? Thank you. You know, it might be better, Diana, just to read it, and then you don't have to, you can kind of skim over stuff. 'Cause it's hard. It was hard to listen to. NK was in the basement. She was there. That's the 31-page report. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. So she said she will not cross all the way over until NK is held accountable. How does everybody feel in the group? Do you feel like NK will come? Uh, do you think NK is going to be held accountable for anything, or do you think this is it? Yeah, thank you, Casey. Oh, Diana, that's so pretty. Oh, that sounds so pretty. Oh, that sounds so beautiful. I wish we could share pictures. I mean, I wish we could share pictures in chat. You pray she will, Teresa, and Casey also. Mhm. Use all the essential oils. NK has no trail. Remember when the one investigator said to him, or Chris asked one of the investigators, um, how much are you going to share with about this interview? And they were kind of downplaying it and said, "Oh, well, I'm not really sure how much we're going to share with the family and yada yada yada." And then Tammy took his picture, and he's like kind of hesitant because he didn't want it all over social media, which it's all over the world. They were really good at kind of playing him. So, do you feel that their tactics, and a lot of people are kind of getting frustrated with how, lighthearted they were with him and jovial and joking around, but they did that for a reason. But do you feel that? They just went up there for 5 hours just to chit chat with him and get details and close the book, or do you feel that there's still something they're looking for? Do you know what I'm saying? Her true name. Her file says classified. I don't know. What did we do before the days of Google? We had to go to the library or look in the phone book or call information. You think they're trying to get more? Mhm. He didn't have a lawyer. I know, I noticed that. He had no lawyer. He almost sounded like he was super happy to see them. I mean, he even apologized to them, like, "I hope you guys could one day, you know, find forgiveness with me," and I'm like, "I didn't know you could get close with your investigators who were investigating you to put you away." I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. But however these people are trained, props to them because I wouldn't be able to, I could not be, I couldn't have been so cool with him. You know, I would have slapped him upside the head with my shoe and then some, probably worse than that. Yeah, it was almost like he was having a social visit, and it almost seemed like, his parents were visiting him at boarding school. Just like, what the? Um, just makes no sense. But if you do remember the first time they talked to him and acted as if they didn't know things, they already knew. They already knew. And so maybe they already know stuff and they're just trying to pull it out of him. They were really good at hook they were hooked him in. So cool with him. Yeah, they were. They were good at that. I loved it, especially when Tammy was like, I love your dad. I just love your dad. I'm thinking, you don't. Bullshit. But she was good. She was good. I just love your dad. Do you guys remember that part? They had to play the Let's Just Talk card, yeah. They also like brought him a Powerade or something. They were going, yeah. That's probably the most fascinating part of listening to it is how good they played up they played into him. They started off really lighthearted. How's it going? Do you know about the rumors with this Trent guy and then the Amanda and yada yada yada, and do you know how big this is? It's national, and you know this and do you know that? And they just kind of like were catching up and they were smooth. They were really good. That's the most fascinating part. So if you're into stuff like that, it was almost like watching an episode of Criminal Minds. It was just like no lactose Powerade, brain juice. Your Wi-Fi dropped. My Wi-Fi dropped. Live stream. Thank you, Fios. Ugh, that sucks. Are you back? True crime. He seemed very quiet about the Trent guy. He did. That wouldn't surprise me. I believe the Trent guy more than the woman, the Amanda girl. Thought it was funny when he told them he wouldn't have blamed Shanann. The female interrogator wouldn't. Yes. Ree's back. Ha! I've never been to Wyoming. I believe Trimble was right. I don't know. They kind of laughed off the whole Trimble thing, but I don't know. Trimble just, I don't know. The Chick-fil-A girl meeting him at Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I really didn't. I don't know. Trent Bolt just either either he's crazy or a fame whore or he really had something going on with that man. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, why would you put yourself, I don't know, unless he got paid. I don't know. People are crazy, but you believe her too? I don't know what to believe anymore. Nothing shocking. To do a reading sometimes, see if he's lying. Well, there were cards that I just pulled that were really about uh lying and not telling the truth and getting away with stuff, and there was a lot of deceit in the reading. I don't think he's totally fully told us the real story. Like there's pockets of misinformation or kind of like he rewrote parts of the story to me. Ah, he's gonna have fun in prison. He kind of acts like he's at Disney World right now, but yeah, he has. You know, that's the thing. I mean, he's only been in there since November and then he transferred. So he's fresh off the boat. I mean, he's fresh off the train. I mean, he's really not, he hasn't worked yet. He doesn't have a job. You know, he's kind of been on his little vacay, getting right with God and just kind of like redeeming himself. It hasn't even begun. It's not begun yet. It has not begun yet. Oh, I do remember he was asked if he wanted to see Bolton McMahon, is that her name, charged with the crime, and he did say no. He's in a safer prison. He's not in Gen Pop, is he? I don't think he is. I just said Gen Pop. He's not Gen Pop, is he? Um, that's out of the report. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is what? How does he sleep? I don't know. I couldn't sleep at night. Not yet. Uh, yeah, it's not even, it hasn't been that long. So I know he says he wants to be, what was it? He wants to be a helper or to help people now. Can somebody explain that to me? I caught some of that where he was talking about how he wants to help others in some way. He's in secure area. So, putting people on the right path. Right. So he's apparently um, found God, and he feels that I guess he's come to terms with what he did. Now he feels that he can help others within 6 months. I really don't believe that. Do you think he enjoyed talking to the investigators in that audio in the interview? It almost seems like it was a therapy session, like he was very conversational and enjoyed talking to them. He likes attention. He's read the Bible cover to cover. Yeah, that's a good point. Casey, he did it got him out of his cell all day, didn't it? That's a good point. It did sound like in parts he was crying. Mhm. We're at 5-5. We're at 5-5 right now. Was it from 8 to 4? Did they begin at 8 o'clock in the morning with him? Did he ever, like, mention Thrive or coming off of the Thrive? Did Does anybody know if he even mentioned about the Thrive patches and supplements, if he even mentioned talking about coming off of them? Right, so when he was talking about to show more emotion, he also remember he spoke about his family and how his mom and his dad weren't ones to show much emotion. Do you remember that? He did talk about it, gave him more energy. But now he's lost his tan. He doesn't have a beard. He's not wearing his glasses. He looks like he's not as, uh, you know, buffed up. I'm sure maybe he is, but he just looked, I keep saying relaxed. He looked more, he kind of just like, didn't he kind of look like he was just sitting in his living room? Just kind of like, I don't know. He just had a different energy about him all these months later. What's striking to me is how he's so worried about how others perceive him. Like he said, "Oh, I'd see somebody on the TV and I'd be like, oh, they're terrible for what they did, and that person's a monster." And now they're saying the same thing about me, but people don't realize that that's not really what I am or who I am. I mean, that just made no sense to me. Yeah, he didn't need much sleep. So, did you find that disturbing how he could kind of disassociate himself or disengage from who that person was that night on August 13th to who, he perceives himself to be? I mean, I don't. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. Um, Here's one of the candles. I put a little bit of glitter on top. I like glitter. And then here's Lady Lupe. Oh, the duo burn. Amy, did you say ass? Did YouTube take your message off, or did you? That's funny. Um, oh my goodness. Not ass. Oh my God. If I only got 3 hours of sleep a night, I would be loopy as all get out, wouldn't you? I mean, I would be like wearing my shirt inside out to work and wearing two different shoes and, you know, can't function on 3 hours of sleep a night. Color me confused. Doesn't take much. Oh, I made merch. And I don't know if I did it right, but we have merch. Mystic Village has merch. Do you guys want to look at the merch? I think I can pull the link up on merch. Been there, done that. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming on. Supposed to be was. Oh, that's fine, Amy. I thought that was funny. I missed your comment, and then all I saw was, sorry, was not asked. I'm like, huh? It was cute. It's called How Much Sleep I Got with a Newborn. Ain't that the truth? It's all a blur. When your baby's born, it's a blur. Thanks for joining us, Teresa. God bless you too, and have a good night. Thanks for coming on and sharing your comments and your wisdom. And if you have a YouTube channel, post your link if you're doing videos on your spirit boxes. You guys are funny. Okay, let me see if I can pull the link up. Hold on. Uh, uh, I don't think I can. I'm afraid if I do that, we'll stop. Wait, that's no, no, no. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Here, hold on. I'm not that tacky. You'd think I would be by now, but I'm not. I still get confused. Everybody's doing lives. Oh, Oni's on and I'm missing it because I'm on. Is Oni on? But, oh, this factory is closed. You going to bed, Casey? I hope you feel better. Thanks for joining us. Been that brave twice. Now, oh, I get it. Now I'm fixed. This factory is closed. Girl. I only had one. That's all I was blessed with, but that's enough. I don't think I was the type of mom that would have had, like, 6, 7, 8 kids. I kind of work well with one, probably because I'm the only child. I was the only child, so me being an only child. Did you send a pic on? Oh, thanks, Diana. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull this up. I created merch for Mystic Village. If anybody's interested, um, it's coming from a website, so I'm not making the product, but I designed it. It's on Teespring because Teespring seemed to be the easiest one to do. And if I know how to pull my account up, which I'm having problems doing because I don't know what's going on. So we have coffee mugs. I only uploaded a recap of the confession. Oh, cool. I am a number lady. Your youngest on September 8th. Cool. That's Virgo. And had a stroke. I had my youngest on. Okay. Oh, you had your youngest on September 8th, 2010. And then you had a stroke 3 days later. Wow. So that was 8 years ago. Wow. And that was your second child? I am sorry to hear that. Mm. My son was born June 2nd, 01, and my birthday is 9/14/81. Oh, so your son was born June 2nd. Does that make your son, I think is that still Taurus or is that Gemini? And then you're Virgo. Gemini. Is that Gemini? Oh, what am I doing? Life's so hard sometimes. Okay. Uh, come on. Let's see. Oh, lordy. All right, hold on. I'm trying to pull this up. My merch store. Well, I don't know, but I'm gonna type this in. And if you guys get to it, that's all that matters. Because I can't figure this out. I need help. Um, I did create a couple of coffee mugs and t-shirts and socks. I mean, it's for fun. But I was up I was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning doing this stuff. I was having a lot of fun doing it. So hopefully, oh, you would name her Stewie? That's he's Gemini. No. Well, we're still in Pisces season, so how's everybody feeling? Where's everybody at? Diana's in, I know, on the West Coast, and where's everybody else right now? If you want to share where you are. So is Oni live right now? Casey, oh, Casey, did you find it? Oh, you found it? You found the Teespring? Cool. Or is it working? Illinois. That's right. Illinois. Amy's in England. That's right. Nottingham. Not showing him live currently. I see. It was an hour ago. He stopped. Cool. Illinois, England. I'm in West Virginia. We're supposed to get snow in the morning again. And I just went to, it shows empty store. Oh boy. It does. Man, I have the wrong link then. And I'm afraid to to open a window here because I don't want this to end. Can I open a new? Oh, I'm afraid. You know what I'll do? When we end this, I'll find the link and put it in the description box because I'm afraid I'm going to end this. So, excuse me. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I have so many things going on. Funny thing. Take your state, West, add to mine. There you go. I'm Virginia, Illinois. Are you? Oh, that's cool. Virginia, Illinois. Are you guys getting a lot of snow in Illinois? We've had a lot of snow this year. So, what's today? Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. So is the Dr. Phil coming out Monday? Is that Monday? I think it is. Coming out Monday. Yes, and I hate it. Well, you probably get a lot of snow in Illinois up being further north, I would think. Now, I did have a Facebook page for Mystic Village, but it was too hard for me to navigate for some reason, so I took that down. Um, YouTube has not opened up my community tab yet on this channel, so to post updates. So any updates I'm posting on my Nightbird Tarot, which is my business name, Facebook page. However, I do have an Instagram Diary of a Mystic page, the 11th. Then again, I can't drive because you have silent seizures, the 11th, yes. I'm sorry you're having silent seizures. My father has epilepsy, and so I know what that's about. Oh, I wish I could show you guys. Anyway, does anybody have any more thoughts about today's events? How are we feeling? I did light, when I first started listening to the interview this morning, I did light a protection candle while it was going. Um, and I've seen, I can't remember who it was, did a video on EVPs caught during the interview. Did anybody see that? Some EVPs, which was, a few of them were pretty clear to me. Did you guys catch that? I think that was Conscious Truth's channel, I believe, and she did catch some clear EVPs during the interview. Did you guys catch that? So, yeah, so any kind of social media, I can't stand Twitter. I don't understand it. Tweeting, Twitter, it drives me nuts. So, Instagram, you find me, Diary of a Mystic, or Nightbird Tarot on Instagram, or Facebook Nightbird Tarot, and then YouTube. If anything else, I just get a little confused. It's too much for me. You didn't, yeah. You haven't heard them yet? If you're wanting to listen to that kind of thing, I kind of find it fascinating. I do. Oh, oh, well, you just found me, Casey, on Instagram. Thank you. Casey found me. Let me, well, to make things easier, I should put my addresses in, huh? I'm so rude to my audience. I'm so rude to my audience. Hold on a second. I was afraid I was going to get some super duper weird comments on some of my videos today, and thankfully I didn't. It's just like, I can't deal. I just, I can't deal. What am I doing? I'm just going to type in if anybody likes Instagram, I'm typing in my Instagram link. Okay. So that's about it. And then I'll give you guys my Facebook for Nightbird Tarot. That's my business name and that's what I go as. And so you all know this channel was created as kind of as like an extension of myself and what I like to get into. So I will give you the link to my Facebook. I should have all these things already up. I'm a little slow tonight. And so there you go. So anybody have other thoughts about stuff? You guys hear my fridge humming? Fridge, can you please be quiet? Because you're driving me nuts. That fridge. Oh my God. Oh, they came about from your after your son was born. You monitor him. Is anybody related to like an Elizabeth or know an Elizabeth in the group? I know that's random. Anybody know an Elizabeth? Elizabeth, the name. Elizabeth. Anybody? I don't know, for some reason Elizabeth's coming to me. Elizabeth, female, relative, friend, something about Elizabeth for some reason. The more I talk to you guys, the more I pick up things. Is your daughter's name Elizabeth? Is there something going on with her ear? Like ear infection, or they keep showing me Elizabeth, or named after her great grandmother. Well, they keep showing me ear, water in the ear, something with her ear, or something. If it's not happening now, it could be coming in. Something with an ear, whether it's for Casey or for there was an Elizabeth for Amy's family. Was I'm picking up more like what Casey is describing, like on a mom's side, like great grandmother. So if something's going on with her ear, Casey, they're showing me left ear. So this could be something that could be uh, things in the past with her ear, or this could be potentials coming up. So just be aware of something with her ear. Just be aware of they're showing me her ear. I don't know why that's come up. Sometimes when uh if I'm chatting with somebody for a while, like we've been on for 2 hours, I'll start to pick up things. So if that's relevant or Amy could be I'm picking up more for KC Um, I'm sorry, Amy, more than from what you're showing me. It seems to be from Casey. Her father's grandmother. Hmm, I just wanted to throw that out there. But if I'm chatting with somebody for a while, especially like this, some things will come through. Or if I'm doing a reading, they'll come through, but I'm not focused on one person since there's what, 6 in the room. So, yeah, the weather. It feels to me like an inner ear infection or water in the ear or kinda like inner ear. Hmm. Elizabeth's a really pretty name. I love that name, Elizabeth. Anyway, now they're showing me like Jos I wanna say Josefiel or Joseph or not like well, maybe Joseph, but like a like old, like Josefiel. It's like a man's coming to me now. Kinda like not like a father or grandfather, but more like an uncle or like he'd be like Uncle Joe or something. Uncle Joe in the room? She's Elizabeth Nadine, that's pretty. Your grandmother always had ear trouble. Her name was Elizabeth. Which ear trouble was it, Amy? Well, maybe this is for you. She always had ear trouble. You keep hearing an owl outside your window. That's magical. I heard geese flying over earlier, and I was kinda like, "What is that screeching sound?" I'm like, "Oh, it's birds." Well, Amy, tell me more about your grandmother, if you can. Do you know which ear it was? Was it I'm getting more of, like, the left side of her. So sometimes spirit will show me something significant about them physically that they have a way of coming through to validate to you that there was something tied into that you know about, so it comes across specific. Okay. This also could still be for Casey too, but that just came to me. She always had cotton in her ears. Does anybody have a Joseph or Joe? I keep getting like, ah, Joe, not Joseph. Well, it's like a Joseph, but it's like a Josephiel or Joe. Uh, I can't even pronounce it. Anybody have like somebody who was a dad's brother? Okay. Anyway, I've been in here with y'all too much. I'm gonna start channeling all your loved ones. Been in here too long now. She's Capricorn, believed in spirit? No. Amy, do you know anybody who drives kinda like a cherry red car, kinda like a cherry not a cherry red, but kinda like a red not red, but kinda like a deep red or a tone of red, like, kind of vehicle or car? Never too long. You guys are sweet to me. Very sweet to me. Your grandmother had a brother, Joseph, who died. Okay. So, that would have been your mother's would that well, no, that would have been if it was your grandmother's brother, that makes him your, like, great uncle? Or, is it uncle? I'm tired. I'm all confused. Oh my god. If it was your mom's brother, it would be your uncle. So that would be, like, your great uncle, maybe? Oh my god. Great uncle, thank you. Yeah, so that's what I was getting, uncle energy. Great uncle. Not a father, not a brother, it was uncle. Joseph. You have a brother Joseph, Mary? This is more like, uncle energy, so this could be applying to Diana. Uncle Joseph, was there some they keep showing me, like, pipe. He had a pipe. He liked to smoke a pipe, something with a pipe. Like, they're showing me something with smoke or not even just a smoking pipe, just something with your daughter named my daughter named my grandson Joseph. Oh, nice. Mary's he passed away a few years ago. Oh, okay. Hi, Mary. This is more like an uncle, like, Diana, was this do you know if he had, like I'm also seeing, like, glasses, not like mine, but more, like, heavy, like, something kinda, like, thick if he wore glasses and, like, some kinda pipey thing. You didn't know him. Your neighbor was Joseph, and he smoked a pipe, Amy? Hmm. This person this energy's coming through as somebody who was more, like, quieter, like to read or was more humble and quiet kinda energy. Like, they were always in the room, but you knew they were in the room, but they didn't either say too much or they just kinda like to observe rather than they like to watch or to participate in conversation, but not be, like, the center of attention. That's what I'm getting. So if you feel that I feel that uncles for Diana. So if they come through like this, just consider that, their way of saying hello, okay? In terms of a specific message, the ear thing was specific. So sometimes they'll point things out that they see or that they're watching and they see and that we have to pay attention to, or they'll give us a sign, or they're coming through to say hello, or they're just around. And sometimes it's loved ones that we don't even think that would be around, like a great uncle that you didn't know very well, or you know what I mean? But they're around. Amy could always smell his pipe, was a very nice man. Well, this maybe this is applicable for you. Interesting. He was the quiet type. Hmm. I don't know, Mystic Village. Joseph came through, but it was the way that it was, they weren't saying it. They were kind of showing me how it was spelled. Like it was spelled not like Joseph. It was more like Jos. I don't know if Joseph can be spelled a different way. It kind of didn't have, it was kind of like Josap something. It was different. Like they showed it to me different. Anyway, it's funny that you knew him for 20 years. It's funny how, excuse me, how certain loved ones or people that we once knew, excuse me, who have passed over. Now I'm getting all upset. People who have passed over that we don't necessarily think about are around, and they watch or they see or they observe, uh, and they aren't stalking us, but they're just kind of observing or sending you signs or um, my best friend has dreams about my mom, and she never met my mother, obviously, but she's had profound, vivid dreams of my mother sending me messages through her to me. So stuff like that. But people that necessarily you wouldn't think are around you that you once knew, oftentimes are maybe they can send you a sign directly to you. But I just picked up on those energies. And then I keep getting a Catherine and a Margaret, Catherine and a Margaret. Like Catherine's wanting in, and Margaret's wanting in, or Margie. They're showing me Catherine Margie or Catherine Margaret. I don't know if that's one name or if that's two people. Like kind of like trying to both come in. He died of a bad lung disease. Oh, it's a European. Is it a European name? Well, I don't know because it's coming across to me as being spelled or coming across as being different. If you know a name that sounds like Joseph but spelled differently. Hi, Tracy. Oh, we're just chilling, talking to spirit. No, so sometimes they'll just show themselves to me, or I'll pick up on them. And that to me just indicates for me that they're around. And sometimes spirit doesn't have a message or direct message. They're just coming through because their energy is around. Mm. Margaret was my mother in law, and Catherine was her mother, Amy. Margaret was your mother in law, and Catherine was her mother. Okay. So, yeah, there's kind of like It feels like to me like, "I wanna speak, I wanna speak, no, I wanna come through." Like, they're kinda doing this to me, trying to get do you know if they were like that with each other? Like, always had to get the word in first or not in a mean way, but just kinda like, that's how they're coming through to me. Margaret's dad was a spiritualist, a spiritualist spiritualist. Hi, Irene. Yeah, so we're just chilling. Yeah, so oh, wow. So Margaret was I'm guessing your is that your husband's mom, and then that would be your husband's grandmother? I love candles. I do too. I don't know if you can tell me that, Amy, if that was your husband's mom and her mother, and or your husband's mom and his grandmother. Yes. Are you still married? If you're still, married with your husband, tell your husband they came through to me and ask him if they were kinda, like, not pushy with each other, but just kinda, like, wanted to, um I don't know, they both just kinda wanna be the ones that come through the door first with coming through to me. Also, they keep showing me 10. I don't know what the number 10 is. 10, 10, 10. That's your husband's mom and grandmother, okay. And 10, something about 10. Well, I have 10 people in the room. That's not why I'm saying 10. I just saw that. That's not why I'm saying 10. Um, I know his sister Mary Margaret and Catherine, but I can't remember her middle name. Oh, no, this is more for Amy. I'm picking up on because they come in as uh, kind of like that relationship that you would have with your mother and daughter, just kind of like, you know, if you have a well developed relationship with mother daughter, how you just kind of like, I'm going to say now, mom, or, just kind of like this relationship in a good way. It wasn't anything that being shown to me as contentious or spiteful. It was kind of like a funny way about them. Asking because they came through. So thanks for validating that. So that's for you. Okay. Anything comes to me and if I throw it out there, um, but that's what I'm picking up on. Did anybody have like a cocker spaniel? Like a brown cocker spaniel? Sometimes pets will come to me too that passed over. So like a not a wiener dog. This is more like a cocker spaniel, kind of long, floppy ears. Not really a basset hound, but just like a cocker spaniel type dog. You had a dog that just died. What kind of dog is it? Because I'm getting like a brown, floppy ear, long ear, short to the ground, not a big dog. It was a brown poodle and Sheltie. I don't know what that looks like. Was it a girl? Brown poodle and Sheltie. Oh, let me Google. A small. Of course, I know what a brown poodle. Oh, I don't know what a brown poodle looks like, but brown poodle and Sheltie. Was it completely brown or like a mix? I don't know. They're showing me different pictures. Kind of like this one. I don't know if you can see this. You may not be able to see it. Hold on. Um, you see that? That's kind of like, see the floppy ears? That's what it's looking like to me. Do you see that? Yeah, my light. Amy had kind of. Okay. Amy says it was a girl, yes. Amy says next door to me had a brown cocker spaniel, knew it for 11 years. Did that dog pass recently, like in the last year? Or it's more like a brown, it's a brown cocker spaniel. What, Tracy, what was your dog's name? Your dog died the day after Christmas. Okay, Angel. So that's not that long ago. Oh. Well, I wish I had a picture I could see what I'm seeing in my mind of what your dog looks like. If you want to send me a picture to my email, and I'll tell you when I check my email later, that's what I'm seeing. If you feel like it, because I'm picking up on that's my email, I'm picking up on a dog. There's my email. Amy, do you know if, oh, a few years ago. Okay. This might be for Tracy because this is coming in. And when pets come in, it could be relevant for her because it was so recent with the dog passing. Now, Tracy, did the dog kind of have long ears? I mean, not super long, but like floppy ears, kind of like not short ears, but you're sitting right where she passed. Oh my. My email's right there, diary of a mystic 1 at gmail.com. Okay, I'll type it again. Diary of a mystic 1 at gmail. So you're sitting right where she passed. Okay. Well, then most likely this is for meant for you. Okay. Especially if you're sitting right where she's sitting. So I've been in chat with you guys for 2.5 hours and now I'm starting to channel spirit. My God. I need to head out my village family. My bed is calling me. Ew, I hope you feel better, Casey. Thanks for being on with us for 2.5 hours. Good night. Oh, God. Do y'all hear that notification? It's right in my ear. Good night, Casey. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here, so I better hop off. Um, yeah, Tracy, send me a picture if you'd like. Uh, this is interesting. I didn't know that we were gonna end the night like this. So if your puppy dog comes through, then just let that be known that her energy is still with you, okay? And that's just her way of showing to me. I'm the vehicle. I'm the messenger. Any medium is a vehicle or a messenger. So that's the message for you, like the message about Uncle Joseph, the message about Margaret and Catherine. Those are just the messages that are coming through, whether they have a direct message for you or just the fact that they showed up, okay, to me is to validate to you that spirit is never gone and their souls live on, whether they're in human form or in animal form. And they decided to show up and chat. And I wasn't ready for that. So there you go. That was very special for those that validated for. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna go. But maybe we can come back on. Thanks, Diana, for being here. Look out for your package. Diana's getting a package. Thanks for everybody who joined, who watched, who commented, who participated. This was for candlelight for Shanann and her babies tonight. And we talked a lot about things and said prayers, and spirit came through and did some little tarot reading. So you guys can watch this back. You can share this video. And I appreciate everybody who joined. So good night. Thank you, Mary. God bless to you as well. Thank you. You're welcome, Tracy. Everybody have a good night. Have a blessed night. Nighty night, Amy. And I'll be back on maybe this weekend and we can do another live. Okay? I enjoy talking to you guys. So stay blessed. Have a good night. I'll speak to you guys soon.